What's going on, people? Welcome back to another John Sinclair TV, back again with another content to you to enjoy, and the Real Talk podcasts, and lots of things been going on for the last 24 hours. Sandro Tonali is believed to have a medical in Romania, and the fees been agreed for around £70 million. So that could be a club record. And I've got two guys with me, possibly the third one. I've got Italy with us. Italy from America. We're back to America from, my guy.
St. Louis, Missouri, Midwest.
Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. I wish I was saying no. And I've got my co-host as well, Louise. Big up to Louise. And fantastic. And guys, you like the video, like what you see, then please make sure you sub the channel. Also, click on the like button. And you like to super chat, it's open. And also, I've got a ridiculous tweet, by the way. I'm going to block him any minute. And if you like to become a member, it's just 99p. And I will be doing a competition very soon to win a gift voucher as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Right, before we go on to the guests and calls, I've got some comments as well. There's some rules as well. And please remember to keep your comments respectfully. No all caps, duplicates. No discussing or promoting other channels unless given permission by me. Allow mods to mod, right? You enjoyed the show. And by the way, no self-promotion as well. That is a big no-no. And I've got CFC, big money buy. Yep, it sure is. And that's going to become a member. It's just 99p. No more, no less. And hi to Ches. I hope you're having a fantastic day, Ches, as well. And hi to Leslie. And Ches said, tonight looks high energy as well. And Leslie's agreeing. And big up to Paul, by the way. I hope you're fine, Paul. And I hope you're quite happy with the signing as well, when it comes, of course. And hi to Rennie as well, Leicester City fan. I hope you're great. And Leslie again. And hi to Paul. I'm great, Paul. Hope you are too, mate. And we've got one here from George. Hi to George. I hope you're great. And I've got Kenneth Stark as well. Hi to Kenneth as well. Up to Geordies, of course. And also Rennie said, please don't take content. I'm mad. Well, I'm not sure now. Hi to JK. Hope you're good, Jonathan. And come sign as well, which is great as well. And also got Reece in the cut as well. Hi to you, Reece.
Hey.
All right, how's it going?
I'm great. Reece, a big Man U fan, also a big Milan fan as well. And I'm sure you're talking about Sandro Tonali in due course as well. And hi to Beat Bon John. Hi, bud. Hope you're good, mate. Thank you for joining in the chat as well. And right, I'm going to start with Italy. Hi to Italy, first time on my channel from St. Louis, Missouri. Sandro Tonali, the deal is getting closer. And according to Fabrizio Romano, he said that medicals is underway. And this could be a big signing. I think that's a statement. Could you tell us more about Sandro Tonali for the people who don't know them?
It's 23 years old. He plays for the Italy national team, U21 team. He's a young talent, and that's the largest transfer fee in Italy right now. 70, 80 million especially for a young talent like that. He is a great tackler, and that's what you need in the Premier League for Newcastle. You need a great tackler that can just travel the full field. He's been compared to Pirlo and Gattuso many times. He's been an AC Milan fan since he was a kid. His whole family is. So you guys are getting a great midfielder. He's probably going to be your best midfielder. Eventually you can line him up really well with Bruno G, and Eddie Howe really likes the young guys. So it's going to be very, very cool and very a great development to see what he can do in Newcastle in the future.
Yeah, not many Italians, very few Italians leave Serie A to come to the Premier League. Just doesn't make it to the Premier League. You've got Fiali, you've got Zola. I mean, those two of the names that's been really successful. And Reece, Sandro Tonali, Italy has made some good things like Sandro. As a Milan fan, you must be gutted, mate.
Yeah, especially when the club needs midfielders. I mean, excuse my language, but if you need midfielders, why the fuck would you sell your best midfielder?
Thank you.
Makes no sense. I blame the owner for this.
Amen.
Cardinale does not understand football. I mean,
Mhm.
but I mean, it's a good value of money, but the only way I'll accept Tonali being sold is if we go and invest two midfielders like Milinkovic-Savic and Fratesi from Sassuolo. If we don't, then what's the point?
Mhm.
Because if we play with Pabega and Krunic in midfield next season, you can forget anything next season at all. So, I'll admit I'm gutty, but it's a brilliant signing for any club. Doesn't matter where he goes. It's a brilliant club it's a brilliant signing for any club. To be fair, he's a brilliant midfielder.
Yeah, and you know what it is as well, right? I didn't see the signing coming. I think when Newcastle offered 42 mil, I thought to myself, look, if you want a player, get the player. If you don't insult the Italian clubs because they will come in and will not do business with you. I've got a feeling after this one, if you go to another Italian player like Theo Hernandez, for example, Mike Maignan, then I'm sorry, they will not do business with Newcastle United ever again, and I don't think they will. Louise, I know you don't know a lot about Sandro Tonali. I mean, he's coming. I don't know if you've seen him on YouTube. Go on.
I've seen a bit, and I've heard that he didn't want to leave Milan. So I'm wondering, and so I'm feeling your pain. We've been in your position, and we felt that pain for many years. So you have our sympathies with that going on.
May I just add to that? Sorry, it was the Maldini. It was the Maldini sacking.
Yes,
he didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave, but the minute Maldini got sacked, his mind changed. Like he was like, "Well, where's the loyalty? Like if you're sacking our greatest player, why like our greatest captain, like our greatest player, if you're going to sack him, who's our director of football, why should I stay in the first place?"
And he didn't resist. When they brought him to it, it's been out there. It's well known now in the past 30 minutes that he did not resist wanting to move to Newcastle. He believes in the project and he believes in how. So that's also a good sign as well for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm amazed to hear how much you seem to know about us, Italy, and I see you're a West Ham fan, which grieves me. Can we turn? Can we turn you?
No. No.
I just love they're trying to convert you, mate, because they know the answer. I'm going to say no straight away anyway. So.
Wow.
I love it, Louise. I love it.
Can I ask how you got into West Ham and how you know so much about the project?
So I do content for I do like content for like Italy national team and West Ham, like with another channel. But I've been a West Ham fan, AC Milan fan since I was 9 years old. Started with my nonos there, which is my grandpa's. They've been huge fans of Dina Kenio, Bobby Moore, Maldini, and it even goes back to Baggio as well. And it's just been in my blood ever since.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. I've got Dell on Twitter. He just said embarrassing. Well, Dell, I didn't make you watch my video. You don't have to watch me streams, yeah? So if you want to come comments like that, you carry on. Otherwise, you don't have to watch us, okay? We got a good content as well. 26 people watching for a reason. Now we're getting to Nali. Let's get some slide. That's Alan. Big up to Alan. If you like to talk about football from the 60s and 70s, he's your guy. And Leslie as well. And John St. Hilaire and maybe Tonali, we need a personal assistant too. And we're not paying 60 mil for James Madison, so we may touch on him a little bit later on. I thought Newcastle had richest owners. We've got the richest owners, yeah, but don't mean to say we're going to be fleeced, Rennie. It don't mean we're going to get fleeced. And by the way, it's not worth 60 million quid. On to Tonali as well. That looking at like Get Football News Italy. By the way, Italy saying that they reached an agreement as well, and they're going to have a medical in Romania. Will it be after the game or could it be tomorrow as well? And it will be you'll be earning 10 million a season and around about 8 million a season, which is excuse me, the highest player. He could be the highest paid player at the minute until Bruno G comes in and sorts it out as well. So is he worth 10 million? He's doubling his wages, by the way.
I mean, yeah, I think he's where he took a pay cut with AC Milan just to stay, to be there forever. So yeah, he's going to be 100% worth it because he is a special type of talent that doesn't come along in Italy very well. You got Barella. Barella is a top talent, and if you get Barella, that's fantastic. But you can line them up too because those guys are the future of the Italy national team. But what you're going to get Tonali is toughness. You're going to get a lot of assists. You're going to get a lot of guys that you could surround him with, and you're not going to have a problem with. And I think eventually with Eddie Howe, and this is why I like Eddie Howe so much, he takes those types of people like you have with Joe Litton and Almiron. You didn't think that they would be good and you would sell them immediately, but they have flourished in this system. They are going to build around Tonali. They're going to build around Bruno G, and it's going to flourish. I think he's going to be worth it, and he's definitely going to start. You don't pay 70 million, 80 million for a guy at 23 years old, and he's not going to start. So I think it's a good move.
Yeah, absolutely.
He might not start initially because that's not usually Eddie's way. No matter how good they are, he lets them settle in a little bit first. But I agree, he's not going to be warming the bench. So yeah, interesting to see. What do you think his temperament is like? Is he going to want to be a prima donna? Is he going to want to be a star, or will he fit in with the team?
He's never been a prima donna guy. He's always low key. He loves the fans. He loves the club. You're not going to get any issues out of him. He actually, what's one of the best things about him is AC Milan fan clubs all over the world. He went to a lot of them in America, went to a lot of them in Italy. He took the time to appreciate the fans and appreciate everything because it was in his blood. That was his team since he was a boy. So you're not going to get anything like that.
Well said, well said. Still think we've spent over 200 million. That's from Paul. Paul, I hope we do, mate. If we want to go for the title, then that's what you're going to have to spend. And Jasmine, I totally agree, Pet. I totally agree. They're trying to be a proper run football club. We are not going to get fleeced by anyone at all whatsoever. And I hope Rennie knows that. So I like Rennie, talk sense, but we're not going to spend 60 mil. Are we not getting James Maddison? At this thing, Louise, I'm not sure we're going to get him now. We spend that money. If it gets Loboslai, I'd definitely get James.
Yeah, I've heard that too for you guys as well.
Yeah, and I was never that fussed, as you know, on James Maddison. So I would be happy if we don't and we get Loboslai. That will do for me.
Yeah, I think Loboslai would be a good sign-in. And then we probably need another striker. We definitely need a left back as well. And then and another centre back. And then that'll be our business done. Sky Sports News said we can't afford Mad. Now, of course, if FFP don't get where they're coming from, I'll tell you what, I've heard that as well. But we've got 200 million to spend. It's simple as that. If we don't get Mad, we can send Mad to Man City, and we don't send FIFA. That's never going to happen. You'll not be going to Man City at all whatsoever.
Tottenham.
Could well be.
Tottenham. Yeah.
Could well be. And on your take, I mean, about Milan fans, Reece, they're not going to take this very well at all whatsoever.
No. No, it all started with Botman, to be fair. Although, to be fair, that was the owner's fault, not the fans' fault. But when I look at, I mean, like, there's certain players you don't want to leave your club. And this is a guy who, at 23 years old, has played nearly 300 professional games already. Like, 300 professional games at 23 years old. And he's been a Milan fan since he was a kid, which everybody knows. Inter Milan offered more money to sign him.
Right.
A couple of years ago, which is a fact. We offered £23 million to sign him. Inter Milan offered about, 35? And he turned them down. He said, no, I'm not going to the Nerazzurri. I'm going to Rossoneri because that's who I support.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that says all for me. But and like, it's not the fact that we're making well over 40 million profit as well. It's not even going to be you can't replace someone like Tonali, and the reason you can't replace a player like Tonali, it's not about the quality of the player you can't replace. You can't replace that type of loyalty as a fan. Like, when it's a football player that's actually playing for the club they support, it's hard to replace that type of loyalty. Look at some great examples. Like, I'll use like other clubs. Like, it's hard to replace the loyalty of Ryan Giggs or Paul Scholes at Man United. It's hard to replace the loyalty of perhaps a Thierry Henry at Arsenal, even though he was only there for 7 years. You can tell he still loves the club because he talks about them so much. It's hard to replace the loyalty of Xavi, so you just make a manager. It's hard to replace the loyalty of Lothar Matthäus at Bayern. You had to physically bring him back from Inter Milan. It's hard to replace the loyalty of who's another.
Big Dan Burn. Big Dan Burn is the name you're looking for.
Yeah, another one. I was gonna say Alan Shearer as well. It's hard to. There's certain aspects of football that you can't replace, and actually another one as well. You can't replace Totti if Roma had ever sold Totti. Like, there's certain things you just cannot physically do. And if you're a fan of that football club and you're playing for that club, the one thing you don't want to do, you're not thinking about leaving. You're thinking about becoming an even better player at that club. The minute Maldini got the boot, things changed. And I was like, he was one of the 4 players I didn't want to see go, and he's the first. That's the thing that worries me as well. He's the first one that's gone.
Yeah.
The bonus is at least Milan signed a new contract, so it's going to be well over 100 million to sign him. 90 million euros is the asking price for Theo Hernandez, by the way. And Rafael Leao is well over 100. He ain't going anywhere. But the fact that Tonali is a Milanista, he's a Rosanero, and he's from Milan, played for Brescia, then we signed him. Like, it says a lot that he's the first one to go, and he's going for £60 million. Like, Cardinale needs to be hunted down. Like, he is a pathetic owner. Like, anybody else, I'd be okay selling with. I'd be okay with that. Divock Origi, sell him for profit. He's crap anyway. Like, but Tonali, nah, man. Like, that's the one player I didn't want to go this summer.
And Reece, man, I'll even add to you. It's not Donnarumma. This is not the Donnarumma type thing. Like,
he's a snake.
Exactly. And now he wants to leave PSG. Oh, Donnarumma, kissing the badge, everything. This is not that same type of thing. This is a totally different thing. Donnarumma wanted money. He got greedy. He kept just complaining the whole damn time. And everyone's comparing it. It's not.
Tonali, there's no comparison.
There's no comparison at all. And also, this is a history of Milan that they've been doing with their legends. Look at Seedorf and Gattuso, the way we handled that. Look at all the legends, exactly. Pirlo, even everyone coming in and then booting them out. Like Maldini, you can mess with a lot of legends at Milan, probably get away with it a little bit, but you don't mess with Maldini. That's a line you don't cross.
There's certain there's a certain tier of legend you can't replace, and that's one of them. Tonali is a fantastic player. The fact that you've got a midfielder who can play a number 6 role, who can play an 8 role, you've got that hybrid right there that can do either position. I think he's going to play as a number 6 for you. He's not going to play he's not going to be box to box for you at all. I think he's going to be your second playmaker. Personally, I think he's going to play a playmaker role. I think Bruno Guimaraes is actually going to be given a role to play more further forward.
Yeah,
I do not. Tonali will not be your number 8. He can do that role, by the way. That's not a problem. He can do that role, but he's not going to be. Like, he's compared to Pirlo and Gattuso for a reason.
Exactly.
He's a hybrid of both players. Right. He can do the box work of Gattuso, but he does the playmaking of Pirlo. That's what Tonali is.
Exactly.
So I don't see I don't see him playing an 8 role unless you've got injuries. I don't see it. He will be your defensive midfielder.
It's great off the set pieces too, and he's got to work on his passing. That's a little bit of a work, but I think Eddie Howe will be fine with that. But he's great at set pieces, free kicks. He's good at corner kicks, and he has this energy that you think he was up top, then he's busting his butt all the way back to defense. You need brutes like that. He's just
fast as well. He has
energy like that. You could put it at defensive mid too. I think that's a strong one for him as well.
He's maturity as well. Like, he's got maturity of a football player. Like, he's not interested in like the high life and all that. He just wants to play football.
Right,
so
exactly.
that's what you've got. You've got a professional. You've got a professional there. That's what we've got. 10 assists last season. I think it was 72 chances created, and it was about 87, 88% passing completion for the whole season. Yeah. Like, he's a genuinely good player, and he's not much of just playing short passes. He will go long as well. Like, if he needs to, he will play those looping balls out wide or straight to a striker. He'll do that, no problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree, guys. Fabrizio Romano's tweet is saying that full agreement reached between Milan and Newcastle for Sandro Tonali after new meeting in Milan. Deals being finalised now, documents being prepared, final checks between clubs, and then here we go for Magpie to sign the Italian midfield maestro. And Louise, I know you know a lot about this guy. You've got to be excited. I know you do a lot of him, but he's got to be excited for watch because we need number 6 for ages.
Yeah, really excited to watch him. I'm a bit worried about how he's going to feel being in the UK and not being used to it. And I'm hoping he's going to bring some family with him. A lot of our lads have got family here, and I hope he brings somebody with him to help him settle. And I guess we're going to have to help him settle as well. I mean, he'll get a huge and enormous welcome, and he'll be a hero and all that sort of stuff. But you know, when it's quiet and he closes his front door, then I hope there's somebody there to support him as well.
Well, if it doesn't work out, he can always come back in a year's time, you know.
Yeah, hey, a lot of Italian players do that. They go to the UK, they feel it for a little bit, and they come back to Italy. So
they do, and I've seen it happen before.
I think he'll do well though. I think he will do well in England. To be fair,
I really think he will. I agree.
Absolutely, guys. I'll go to some comments as well. Please keep those comments coming through. Please like and subscribe, and also sub the channel if you are new. 40 people watching the show live. Thank you very much indeed, and also on Twitter as well, and on Facebook platforms as well.
Just got an update, John. You might find this interesting. I just got sent this in a group chat. It's a sporting group chat. Saudi Arabia have just withdrawn their candidacy to host the World Cup in 2030.
They withdrawn for the World Cup.
They've just withdrew right now.
Wow.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Wow. I mean, all these people trying to get the best player sort of thing, like Benzema, Kante, Koulibaly, and all that as well.
Right.
All the players going to Saudi.
Benzema too, yeah.
It's all about the money. That's Conte used as well.
Always.
That's what I think. Conte will be linked to over Saudis very soon. You just watch. I think. I think he'll
still go over there and struggle to win 2 games a week.
Exactly. I think I still think Mr. JS could do a job for us. JK, you know what? Give us an application form. I'll fill it out, and then I'll start wherever you want to start. Get in. There's probably right. I only heard about him 3 days ago. Jake said we need another player like Milan had in the good old days. Andrea Pirlo, what a beautiful player. We got to the Toon, by the way, as well. And Sandro Tonali, someone I never thought would leave.
I never thought he would ever leave.
He was top of my list.
He took a pay cut. He took a pay cut to be here and to stay here for a long term. So crazy.
Yeah, and that's why I worry how he's going to feel and how his head's going to be. So I think Leslie and I might just have to adopt him and look after him and send pizza around.
Get him a cannoli. He'll be fine. Get him a cannoli.
Tonali's biggest for Milan. At least you can use that money well. Gula is a good start for Milan. I think they'll go for him as well. I think Gula will do fantastic at Milan as well.
Right,
I really do.
For the right wing, yeah. For me personally, and it needs to be 2 midfielders. It needs to be Fratesi from Sassuolo. I think it's a very good option. Then I would still take Milinkovic-Savic, but it's. I think we still need that investment. I think he could leave Lazio, and I think the only club he leaves to is ours. I think that's the only club he goes to.
Well, what do you think about Kamada and Thuram and that Turkey wonder kid? Do you think we have a good chance of getting those 3? I think Thuram is feasible. Yeah, I think it's from what I saw as well from DiMarzio and all that. It's only an extra 5 million we have to offer, and he's a done deal. Kamada, we know it's a free agent. I'm surprised that he's left Frankfurt on a free. 25 years old. I think he's fantastic. I love watching him in the Bundesliga. Me too.
He's a brilliant player. Güler, I haven't watched Fenerbahce in like 5 years, so he's probably the only player I've got no idea, but it's a right winger. But I've got no issue with that. But it's midfield is my biggest concern more than anything else, really. It's the midfield. So if we sign 2 midfielders, then that's fine. But it's the fact it's at the price of an absolute elite midfielder that pains me. But I'm just glad to see him go to the Premier League. If he'd went to another Italian club like Juventus, who are absolute criminals at doing that, or if he went to La Liga, I'd be like, nah, mate, you deserve better.
Exactly.
So 100%.
I'm happy to see him come to the Premier League. I am, and I think he'll do really well. I think he will.
This one for you, Louise, as well. I'll ask you the question. Oh, Jack's got asked a good question.
I've seen that.
Newcastle, I think Alongside will leave Newcastle. Do you think he's going to have to think about his future now? Do you think he's going to be thinking, hang on a minute, you got Sandro there?
No, because we've talked about the fact that there's going to be so many matches that we're going to rotate. So I think he might learn some skills. He might pick something up. They'll hopefully, and he can hopefully help settle Tonali in. So no, I really, really hope not, and I don't think so.
I think it motivates him personally. I think it motivates Longstaff to actually do more. But also, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, how many of your players are actually part of the homegrown quota that you can fill? Because there is a certain amount you actually need. I think personally, I think you have to keep him. I think you have to keep him for that reason. But
100%.
I don't think Longstaff is that bad a player. I mean, I wouldn't have him personally in Man United, but that's just because that's because I'm looking elsewhere.
Right.
But when you look at, he fits Newcastle to how you play. He wouldn't fit how we play. But when you look at Newcastle, he understands the club. He understands like what it means to be a Newcastle. I don't know if he's a Newcastle fan, but he's a Newcastle player, so he understands the club inside out. Motivated from obviously playing beside Bruno Guimaraes anyway, who's a fantastic player anyway. He's tidy on the ball. Motivated by playing with Joe Linton, who's a psychopath, like in a good way, because he's a psychopath on the ball. Like I really do like Joe Linton, but not as a striker. And the motivation of playing beside Sandro Tonali, like who's even better on the ball. Like that's. Like there's something there to learn from. So if I was him, I wouldn't be thinking about leaving. Yeah. I think that'd be a stupid decision.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree. I think Sean will have to stay, and he loves Newcastle. I can't see him going anywhere. We'll go some more comments as well. Great to hear other fans complaining about selling their best players for a change. Remember Waddle, Beasley, Gazan, and Cole? Yes, absolutely. Yep. Money talks, I'm afraid, but back in those days,
we do. We feel your pain, though. We feel your pain, and we sympathise.
Reece, I think we're used to this, right? Yeah, I mean, I think
let's see. What am I used to? I'm used to El Shaarawy being let go to Monaco, which was a mistake. Let's see, Filippo Inzaghi retiring in 2012, and we sold Ibrahimovic and Thiago Silva
to PSG, right?
Yep. 50 million combined. We let Seedorf go to Botafogo for nothing.
Pirlo to Juve.
Pirlo Juve was the worst one because Allegri literally told him, and I think this was pure tactical. I have to admit, I think this was tactical. Allegri told him, "You're not good enough to play for the club anymore." But he goes and wins Player of the Year 3 years in a row, and then he's even better. So I'm like, yeah. And who else is just as bad? Like, even though he can be a bit hit and miss, Balotelli as well at Milan. Like out the strikers in recent years, Balotelli is one of the best ones to play for Milan in recent years. Like he's another one. Like it's classic, but there are certain ones, and obviously Kaká at Real Madrid. He was on the decline. Let's be real. Like Kaká was on the decline, go to Real Madrid anyway.
Best, yes, at Milan. He got the best. He's got the best.
I still would have kept him like in that team, like because Leonardo would have done well with him, but it's
just
hell.
Happened, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll go
and Çalhanoğlu for free Inter Milan as well.
Yeah, gone to Inter as well. And Jack Longstaff won't leave. He'll compete because he's happy and finally appreciated. Longstaff has been great this season. Good to see a local lad doing well. And unless these are new Maldini was a factor in this, didn't realise quite how much until listening to these guys.
Oh yeah,
there's the comments there.
Massive factor.
Huge. Well said.
You know what's even worse?
It was the one of them.
You know what's even worse? El Stapleton. You know what's even worse? All he did was he went to a meeting with Cardinali. Him, Mazzara, and Cardinali went to a meeting. All he did was say, "We reached the Champions League semi-final. We finished in the top 4. Yes, we failed to retain the league title. We didn't win the Coppa Italia. All we want you to do, by the way, spend money." Spend money and improve the squad. Give us players that will improve the squad to what we've got, and then we'll go and challenge in the Champions League, and we'll challenge in the league. And they told him, "See you later, mate." He literally told them after that, "You're gone."
Wow.
So that says all. That says it all. All he did was ask for money. He only asked for money to challenge. That was it.
And I think the worst part about it is like there's been other former Milan legends and even former players that used to play for any Italy team like Roma, Juve, or even Inter that they don't even like this move with AC Milan with the ownership.
Oh yeah,
because they don't even know Italian football, and you're getting rid of your like one of your best prospects ever, and it's just going to screw a lot of things up. Now, if you make up for this, okay, but like. This is going to rub people not only the wrong way, but it's not going to look good on your first sale, your first big sale that you're going to
exactly. No, exactly. If it had been Leao, it's still a big loss, but I think there would have been less outrage, even though he's a phenomenal player. It's the fact that it's a boyhood Milan fan from the city as well. Yeah, that I think there's more hatred. Also, in terms of presidents, obviously, rest in peace to Silvio Berlusconi, the greatest president of all time, by the way.
Rest in peace, Silvio. Rest in peace. He's done big things in Milan. He's the Prime Minister in Italy, and now done a fantastic job at the San Siro outfit. And Dad missed Italian football as well.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Unbelievable. 25 trophies in 29 years of ownership, and that includes 5 European Cups. I mean, come on.
That won't be broken. That will not be broken. Let's be honest. There's a big Italian community in Newcastle, to be fair. And let's start learning Italian to chat. Look, that's a good question. Tonali and got some more comments down through. Thanks very much for bringing it up. Tonali, brilliant delivery for that goal.
Yep.
And I didn't explain tonight. Wow. No need, chances. That's Leslie. Wow. I think everyone's still an Italian. So Gula's coming to Newcastle, ask some truths. Wow, I tell you what, if we get him, that'd be a real talent as well. And let's go on to Foxy. Seems a lot of competition in for Fatesi with you been into Gula's absolute star. 17 million is too cheap.
No, you're right, Foxy. You're spot on, Foxy.
As a star comment there.
And Milan was going to be one of the front runners, but then when Inter and Juve came in, it just wasn't gonna.
We were initially in the running for Fatesi.
Exactly.
We were in the running for Fatesi.
Not anymore.
No, it changed. No, it changed. We were in the running, then we left. Like we just decided to bolt. But the minute the Tonali deal came around, they were like, "That's it, back in for Fatesi." Like that's it. Like back in. It's about 30-odd million. So
we're not gonna get him though. I really don't think we will.
No. Just a question for Milan supporters as Reece and Italy. Simone Inzaghi, did you rate him as a player?
No.
He's played for Lazio. Well.
No. As a player, no. As a manager, yes. As a manager. His brother will always be the better footballer. But as a manager, Simeone will always be better than people. Always.
Agreed. Hands down.
Yeah.
Amen.
I'm loving watching these two guys really be in tune with each other, and I'm loving the passion, even though neither of them are in Italy. It's really great to.
I'll say this comfortably as well. Like I'm a third Italian and I'm a third German besides Scottish. So I've got the holy trifecta. I said this on a show once, and I got a bit of a laugh on it because it was during a Scotland England game with a few pals, and I said I represent all 3 countries that England don't like. so it was just pure brilliant. It was just pure brilliant.
I'm just gonna say this. This is a movement. It's just a movement. That's it.
I'm just gonna bring this up as well, right? Gianluca De Massio on Twitter and showing that Dan Ashworth is in Milan, heading to Romania. Well, he was in there just to do the medicals as well after the fee has been agreed, and arrived in Milan, and so there's Dan Ashworth, people.
Credit to Dan Ashworth for doing this as well, by the way. Credit to Ashworth for actually thinking this deal, because it's completely outside the box. I still find it interesting that he was your top target, because I thought it was Barella. If you'd spent only 10 million, if you only spent 10 million more, you were getting Barella. I mean, that's a fact. 10 million more, you're getting Barella. Yeah. So I think it's quite crazy. But I think the reason why you went for Tonali instead is the position difference. Barella's not a defensive midfielder. I think that's probably the reason, surely. Yeah,
and
exactly.
Also as well, Louise, I'll come to Louise as well. I mean, if I look at there's a bit of a stats on Tonali as well. He says that he averaged a 10.5 kilometers a game for Milan last season. His endurance is something to admire too. Rarely does his body seem to break down
doesn't get injured.
Yeah, doesn't get injured at all. Swear. This guy. Go on, Lou.
I'd seen that he doesn't get injured, which is good. We're gonna need that consistency once he gets out there, and I don't think it'll be straight away. But once he starts playing, we need the consistency so that they form a group. So I'm interested in seeing how that plays out. Can somebody tell me why Romania? Why is there a medical in Romania?
The Euro under-21.
Oh, that's where they are.
It's the neutral location basically for it. Yeah.
It's going on right now as we speak. One of the games. So.
Yeah, I was wondering if anyone knew how he was getting on. Our Anthony Gordon.
He got assist. He got
an assist on Pellegri's goal.
Yep.
Jack Rutherford, big up to you, Jack. In a few seasons' time, I would love to sign Rafael Leao. Well,
not a chance.
He can have a pick of his class.
We're done with you. We're done with you.
They're not going to do business with us again after.
I think Milan and Newcastle might do business again over a time period, but I don't think it will be like Hernandez or Leao or even Mainan. It won't be those three. I think there will be something there, but I don't think it'll be one of those three. I actually think it might be. I think it might at some point be Fikayo Tomori.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Tomori, hands down.
I think it will be Tomori, and the reason I think it will is because obviously he's a very good centre back. A lot of people said he didn't have a good season last year. He only had one bad game, and that was the Chelsea game where he should never have been sent off. It was never a red card.
Agreed.
But in terms of Tomori, overall he had a very good season. The fact he adapted to a back three as well throughout the season, playing a back three and a back two, I do see that. I think he'll be the one to go, and then we'll probably go and get one or two Italian defenders, go back to a little bit of old school. But I think he'll be Tomori over anyone else, to be fair.
Yeah. And he saved our season. He saved our season many times when he's there, and he adapted to the Italian culture really well. Spoke it right away too, as well. He really went full blown kind of Italian. He's been really great. I love it.
I like Tonali as well. And with you being Scottish, do you like seeing Scottish players make that move to Serie A? Bologna with Lewis Ferguson and Verona as what's his name again? He used to play for Lecce, play for Hellersburg, then Lecce, then back to Verona as well. Liam Richards, Liam.
I can't remember. Liam Hendry. Liam Henderson.
Oh,
sorry, Henderson. The old Hibs player. I'll be honest, I'm actually kind of glad because the most recent years, Scottish players have been going either down south. I actually, to be fair, don't want to agree with this, but at the moment I am. As things stand, I do agree. I think he might finish second. I am happy with Scottish players going to Italy. I think, judging by our recent run of form, I mean, four wins in a row, which we've never done before in any qualification tournament for any tournament. 4 wins in a row, 1 goal conceded, 11 scored. That includes Spain. We're 8 points clear of Spain, which is hilarious. We're going out there and you can see that we've got an Italian sense of defending, it's old school Italian defending with our team. I think I think we've looked at how we've done that. I think Clark's done really well in terms of that mould. Going to a back three as well properly, rather than playing it in bit part system. We're playing a 3-4-3 properly.
Yeah.
And we're doing Italian type of defending. I like the fact that those players are going out there because they're getting top level experience against very hard teams and brilliant atmospheres as well. I think there's no atmosphere better than a Serie A match. I think Serie A has the absolute best atmospheres. The Premier League atmospheres are great, and I'll say that obviously, but when you look, but how do you?
I'm just looking at her.
That's no disrespect. That's no disrespect to Premier League clubs. We're all fans of a Premier League club, but when you look at Napoli ultra fans, Roma ultra fans, the Curva Sud of Milan, the Curva Nord of Inter, Lazio fans are mental. But their atmospheres are incredible, and I'm if you can handle that sort of pressure, you can handle it in any football any football league, any competition you can compete in. So I'm actually happy Scottish players are going out there because you can see the difference. You can see the improvement in the players as well, and the growth and the maturity. So I'm happy that Scottish players are going out to Italy more than any other league.
Yeah, I've been to Italian games as well. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So, I mean, Serie is the best league in the world for me. I know the Premier League's all the money, all the glamour, but for me, Serie A.
I love Serie A.
As well.
I've watched like the San Siro. Nothing. There's not an atmosphere like the San Siro.
I've watched Serie A since 2001, 2002 season. That's when I got invested in Italian football. And the first Milan game I watched was Milan versus Roma. So that was Capello's after they'd just won the league. So great team. So obviously I watched that. So you had Shevchenko in the team who was coming into peak form, scoring 40, 50 goals a season. Ancelotti obviously was kicking in as manager. You had Maldini, Nesta, you had Dida, Abbiati just come back from loan, and Inzaghi. You had a season later Rivaldo joined from Barcelona. It was just so fully invested at the time, and obviously I was so invested in that. Besides the Premier League, I just love Serie A. And then a couple of years later, I got invested in the Bundesliga. So those are the leagues that I mainly watch for different reasons. But I fucking love Serie A, man. I love it.
Oh, Beautifully. Let's go on to some comments as well before we come on to Louise. Newcastle United will finish second next season. That's in Jasmine. I hope you're correct. I would take second next season, but I prefer the top. I tell you what, we go for a title charge next season, I hope. JK, he's over in Hong Kong, but his wife's baffed. I respond over Newcastle. We're teaching this morning football, bless. And that's the name of Liam Henderson. Yeah. Thank you, Foxy. We need a left back to play for Milan. And I'm sorry, Teo Hernandez, I mean, not for me. Well, I love him.
I think he's might get DeMarco from Inter, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think he's might go for DeMarco.
Yeah.
Marco.
And that's also a very good signing, too. If you guys get him, that's a good signing as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Louise, who was Newcastle would be signing next?
So I had Federico DiMarco on my list, actually. I've got Joachim Andersen from Crystal Palace is another one. Yeah, so don't know. Shall we still talked about him? Could that happen? So I don't know. Or is it going to be somebody, again, totally out of the blue that we don't expect, that they've been working on quietly in the background? So it's amazing to watch. Yeah. Very exciting. But I've got a question for the guys, if I may, John. I need to know, and you don't have to sing it, but is there a song for Tonali already that we can adapt? You don't have to sing it, but please feel free.
Oh, I'll give that one to you, Italy, because I hate singing. I hate singing.
I just saw one on Insta as well.
There is a few chants for Tonali. He's actually got out the players, like he's the most popular player at the club. He's got like 3 or 4 chants.
He's got five of them in general, but
you don't have to sing. You don't have to sing them, but can you tell us what are they focused on, the songs about him?
His skill, his passion, the boyhood club, and Milano.
Yeah,
those are the main ones.
I'll get you like the main one, like lyric for lyric. I'll put it in the private chat for you, so you've got it. Like this is like his main one. So yeah, I'll get you his main one right for you, like word for word. You'll like this.
Yeah, we might need that, because at the moment everybody's trying to put some words to "That's Amore," which it might be just a little bit cliched. So if we can get
a Serie A Ti Amo, though, even that one too.
Yeah, there's one that a rapper done about him actually, which is fantastic. You make like Danny 5. So there's one that is really cool. So it's like literally, you can change this into like 5 words. It's literally 6 words. It's sweat, blood, and effort. I am Sandro Tonali. It literally does that as one little rap song, but it has that in it. It was literally, it came out after we won the league, so like it was just that pure escalation where he just comes out into the stadium and just starts singing it. So like sweat, blood, and effort. I am Sandro Tonali. That's one big one. Valaric, yeah. Go for that, dude.
Yeah. These are the things we have to think about. We have to think about it. So I saw somebody ask the question, who else should we sign? What do people watch and think?
Yeah. I think that's great. So we have to think of it as well. Jonathan, you got Tonali in the middle. We've got Tonali in the middle. I think you knew after the Bruno. Big up to Jonathan here to help you good. And if you sign Tonali, there'll be more people at St James's than the Man City Trophy Parade. Wow.
And it will be photoshopped.
No, it won't be.
I mean, how they're still getting away with that? How they're still getting away with using the Napoli title celebration as a Man City Trophy Parade is baffling. Oh, and also, shout out to me, by the way. I said that Spalletti in January, no sources, just a hunch. I said Spalletti would get sacked in January. Even though they were 19 points clear in January, I said he's getting sacked into the season.
And he's left, and he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah.
1 year sabbatical. Funnily enough, Stefano Pioli has 1 year left on his Milan contract.
Wow. He needs to be gone as well, I think. But I think he's got credit in his bank because he won your title.
He's got a little bit of credit left.
Yeah, he has, because he won your league. Jay, Dyson can do well. Yeah. I know what you mean, Jonathan. I know exactly what you mean. I was just talking about. We were supposed to be talking about season tickets as well tonight, but obviously Tonali's come through as well. We've got no latest news yet for Tonali as well. Apart from it, let's look at this one.
I could see you guys getting James Maddison. Well, yeah, I heard you guys are running into that one, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I think he goes Tottenham. I think he goes Tottenham, to be honest.
He will now. I think he will now after this, because at the end of the day, right, we need a number 6. That means Boo's going to play further forward. If he does, do you really need James Maddison, Louise? Do you really need him?
I'm not that fussed, as you know. Haven't been that fussed.
I think the only thing that Maddison will give you, though, is he will give you, like, I can see, like, potentially he's changing system, like playing like more of an attacking midfielder. Joe Linton and Maddison can compete for the 10 role. But you've also got Maddison competing with Almiron as well for the right-hand side, like extra bit of depth there. I personally think you need a standout right winger. I don't think Almiron's a bad player. I think Almiron's a good player. But I do think you need another right winger because your left side seems sorted with, say, Maximin and Anthony Gordon. But I think purely down the right-hand side and that you do need extra cover there, or even just something to just force Almiron to step up even more. He's a brilliant player, but I think you do need that. John Kins commented earlier on about the state-of-the-art stadium. Yes, actually, the stadium that's due to come in the next year or two, when Milan are hosting home games, the stadium will be red and black on the outside. When it's an Inter Milan game, the stadium will be black and blue.
Right. Yep. And now with the new stadium that they're gonna have, it's going to be even more interesting to see what they do with it because they're sharing it again. I would love to catch
it makes sense, but I would have preferred a separate stadium. It's a share. It's 50-50 revenue.
Like, I don't like it.
What's capacity is going to be, lads? It's going to be same 80,000 capacity.
It'll be reduced. I think it'll be about 70. I think it's about 70,000.
60 or 70. Yeah.
I think they should. I think. The only thing is, though, is it's difficult. I think the right approach was Juventus when Juventus made that 40,000 seater stadium. But they made it like so expensive to charge for tickets that no wonder they won the league so many times in a row. Charge that much, you're going to make so much revenue that of course you're going to have an amazing team. So like, I think that's what they should do, really. And I agree, the San Siro will be missed. So it's a shame that it's going to get knocked down. He's no longer with us. He's back at Real Madrid.
Yeah, he signed a long-term deal. He's not. He's in their plans this year now.
Is that Diaz about? Yeah,
Diaz.
He was on the project now. He was on loan at the club for 3 years. There was an option to sign him. There was an option to sign him permanently, and then Real Madrid decided, actually, you know what? You've had him for 3 years. Nah, you're not getting to sign him permanently, so we're keeping him. Right. So he's in the squad, and they're treating him like a new signing. So I hope he flops.
Hey,
to be fair, Brahim Diaz, his third season he became more of a starter, and he was excellent in this season. He was really good in the season last year when we won the league. I hope he does well, Real Madrid, but I don't see where he's getting a start any day of the week. Exactly. I don't see where he's getting a start anywhere.
No, he'll flop. I'm banking on it.
Probably will.
Yeah. We've got a contract there. I mean, Tonali's contract is until 2027. And I thought it's going to be a lot more money than that as well, guys. But I think for 60 million quid, it's got to be worth every single penny, Louise.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. He'll get an amazing welcome.
It's triple his wages. What you are paying him his contract, that's triple his wages.
Yeah. And you know what it is as well? I think it goes straight in the team as well. I think it would definitely go straight in the team. I mean,
that's exactly.
They have to, because at the end of the day, I know Eddie doesn't want to put him in straight away. And I think you have to put it in. And talking about tactical, Louise, I'll ask you the question as well. Do you think Eddie's going to change from 4-3-3 to a 4-2-3-1 next season? Do you think he's going to change tactics to stick to 4-3-3?
I think he will adapt for different games because it got a bit predictable. So I think he will, when we've got a stronger squad, I think he will change it up to cause surprise, and we'll never know about it till it happens. It'll be kept well under wraps until it's happening in front of us. I very much look forward to seeing it. I have just seen somebody, Marco, saying there that Cher needs to be replaced. I will look forward to seeing Leslie's answer to that.
Cool. Fabian Schär needs to be replaced for all the slow. He was exposed after Cecil and Anna, I believe, back to back as far to play a goalkeeper and Pope. Now, first of all, Fabian Schär had a fantastic season, right?
Oh, wow.
Brilliant season.
Can we not bring up Dubravka's name in my presence, for goodness sake? The guy's not even he's not even a footballer. He's a bloody volleyball player. He tried to punch the ball. He nearly cost us our place in the Carabao Cup.
Hey!
Wow, what a statement. What a statement.
What a statement. Should Newcastle get a new left back or keep Big Dan Burn at left back? For me, we need another left back. We definitely need another left back as cover, and that's what we need. I mean, if you do get DeMarco, or if he's available and Newcastle gets him, then I think DeMarco will have to go in first. No disrespect to Dan Burn. I think DeMarco will have to go in first because they paid a lot of money for this guy, and I think he is the better player in my opinion. He can go forward, actually defend as well. St. James's it's a far better stadium than the 70s style car park, look like standstill.
No. I mean, St. James's Park is a brilliant. I get it's going to be tribal because obviously it's a Newcastle channel, but like, nah. I mean, like the San Siro is a mecca of football. Like when you look at like certain football stadiums, it has an aura and has a prestige about it. Yes, it's not been the same in a long time, but when you go to the stadium, the atmosphere encapsulates you from the very beginning. St. James's Park is a brilliant atmosphere, but when you look at compared to the San Siro, and no disrespect, but it doesn't come close. But it's still a brilliant stadium, and your atmosphere is fantastic. But it does not come close to San Siro. But I will say this though, I think it is on par with the Stadio Olimpico. I think it's on par with the Stadio Olimpico, Roma and Lazio Stadium, which is obviously that's being replaced soon as well. They're moving stadium soon.
Exactly. St. James, I think, has one of the best like atmospheres in the EPL. Like I would definitely consider it top 7 in my opinion.
I'd say top 5. I'd say top 5.
San Siro is like it's just.
No, I'm not saying no. I won't say number 1. it's a great atmosphere. It's definitely a great atmosphere when you look at it.
But like the fans deserve like what's happening with you guys right now. Like you guys had such like I mean everything that's been happening past even when you guys were kids probably. I don't know. All the ownership, the players that you're getting, now you're in the Champions League. I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it is the best thing that's ever happened as far as I'm concerned. I am looking forward to seeing what happens when a standing area comes back into the stadium. When I first started going, we stood, which probably shows how old I am because that stopped. But having a standing area, I think, will increase the atmosphere even more again, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing that.
And I think Reece, I think me and you can be on the same page with this. Milan, even before we won the league, it hasn't been the same for Milan. It's been garbage. No. It's been absolute garbage. So I totally get what you guys are coming from with the
No, I completely agree with that. I think when you look at ownerships, like there has been a few that really they just don't understand football and they use their clubs for cash cows or they use it to torture their fan bases.
Exactly.
And there's a few in England that stand out very easily. Ashley's one of them. The Glazers is another one. Like there's good one. There's genuinely some horrible owners in football that should not be allowed to own football clubs, but they have that privilege that they've got money, and it's wrong. Like that's the worst side to football. It's greedy owners that don't understand, and they just stifle everything.
Agreed.
Yeah. Just going to read these comments of Daniel Longo, last parts of the clips as well. Daniel Longo from Sinclair Milan, and he said Tonali wants to join the English and has not resisted since the interest was first made known to him. The speculation that Milan forced him to move because of the hefty offer can first be put to bed. Being a boyhood Milan fan, Tonali entered our hearts of the fans immediately and helped us give us all great memories of Scudetto season. His exit is bittersweet, but at least the Rossoneri will get a lot of money. And that is from Daniel Longo. And he's basically 100%. Saying that there's stuff for us that.
Yeah, he's reliable within the Milan community. He's reliable, Daniele Longo, and he's spot on. He's genuinely spot on.
Yeah, agreed. He is very good as well. So, if I could give marks out of 10 for the Tonali side in Italy, marks out of 10, and will he fit in at Newcastle United?
He'll definitely fit in Newcastle United. I think it's going to be. I like what Louise said. You got to give him time, but I don't think he's going to need time. I understand. With Italian players really don't last a long time in the Premier League, but I really do think that he will. I just think he's different. I think he's got a different style, and I think when you keep comparing him to Pirlo and Gattuso, and just how much he means to the Italian national team, you're playing on a big stage in the EPL. It's going to be very important. I grade this a 10. I mean, you got him for 70 to 80 million. I mean, that's a bargain nowadays. So
cool.
Yeah. 10 from me.
10 for you.
And, I won't rate him. I won't rate it personally, because you don't know what it's going to be like. It's not that I'm deliberately refusing to. I'm just thinking about it from a logical sense. I think it could be a high scoring rate, like 8, 9, or 10, but I won't, because you just don't know what it's going to be like. What I will say though, and this is something that I think is important, is everyone knows the Italian league isn't quick, but there are players in the league that are quick with the ball. Some players like to hold the ball far too long. We saw that with United. Obviously, they re-signed Pogba. Pogba likes to hold the ball. He likes to control it, and then he likes to get up the field. Yeah. Tonali will not do that. He will look to release the ball early. Yeah. So that sort of comparison shouldn't be made, but he definitely will need time to at least adapt to the league. The one thing that doesn't help him, though, is it's big money. Like, it's how football is nowadays. We know this and we accept it, but expectation is still there. There's still an expectation there, but feasibly he is going to need a little bit of time to at least assimilate to the league. It's not going to be easy, where the opponent is so much more different to like a Serie A club. It's totally different. So he will need time. That's why I won't rate it, but you're not going to have a player to hold the ball for too long. He'll look to hold it for a couple of seconds, and he'll be thinking quickly, where's that pass coming?
It's a different atmosphere. It's a different atmosphere. He's 23 years old. He's definitely going to need a lot more time.
Yeah, he'll be protected. He will be protected to make sure that investment is realised. So I am confident that when we buy cautiously and with a plan. So I look forward to seeing the plan come to fruition.
Well, it would help if you get more Italian players. Honestly, that would actually help you a lot.
Yeah. I think so.
Do you think he'll be the best regista in Europe? Regista.
I think he's top 3. I don't think he's the best, but he is fantastic. I think the best regista in the league plays for Man City, unfortunately.
Yeah, I have to agree.
It's 100%. It's Rodri. Rodri, Casemiro, Kimmich, Busquets still, even though he's went off to the States, and I think Tonali is the best Italian one. I know a lot of people will probably say Locatelli. They might say Jorginho
or Barella,
but I won't. I think he's more of a. I think he's more of a Mezzala, Barella. I don't think I wouldn't class him as a regista. Not a chance.
Not just yet.
Top 5.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what regista is, Louise? Regista?
Don't worry. You'll be getting a trequartista soon anyway.
Jeez. Still. I'll go through this comments. We're going to wrap the show because we've been there for an hour, and I know you guys are this as well. St. James only good when the victories come to the town. Atmosphere is disgrace at times, but best away support as 1,000,000%. That's from Marco. And Jonathan, you gotta love Jonathan. Milan can have Ashley.
Oh man. No, we've already got a horrible American owner. We don't need anything else.
We don't need more. We don't need any more. We're good.
And Sandro was great in the time, but early worry was getting crushed on the barriers. George given a 9 for Tonali. You need to try and negotiate with Newcastle Council regarding the list of buildings behind the East Stand that we can't expand to enable us to expand that stand. We could fill St. James 5 times over. I think it's going to come to a new stadium soon, Louise, in the future.
What is your stadium's capacity at the moment?
52,305.
52. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not enough. But I worry that if we expanded the capacity, we'd still price them out anyway. A lot of the grassroots fans who would love to be there just can't afford it, and that kind of breaks my heart a bit. I've said before. I think it's sad that they still, the local Geordies probably couldn't afford it.
I mean, at least these are not as bad as, say, Arsenal and Fulham. I mean, that is. I don't know. I get Fulham have invested money on a new stand, but 3,000 for it. I'm sorry, but what? And Arsenal are ridiculous. Like when it comes to like their season tickets, like they charge so much for a season ticket. You'd expect them to actually go and win something. Oh wait, they were close, but then they bottled it, which is what they do best anyway.
So I've just seen Tonali's got a new name there, Tonali. I like that. That was brilliant. Brilliant.
Like that.
Yeah,
brilliant. Love it.
Could go with that. And fantastic stuff. Well, guys, going to wrap up the show. It's going to be an hour, and it's been an absolute blast tonight. We talked about Tonali. Still no news on Tonali as of yet. I know the medical will be still taking place as I speak as well, and we'll probably find out either tonight or tomorrow morning, or probably later in the afternoon as well. So,
I think it'll be tomorrow night. The deal will probably get closed out. I think it'll be tomorrow night. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I would do a clip as well when it's been announced on the breaking news as well. So, Italy, did you enjoy coming on my show? It's your first time.
First time. Been a fan for a while. Definitely had to do more stuff like this in the future. Nothing but A's. Nothing but A's.
Fantastic. And Reece, I know it's short notice, but did you enjoy coming on?
Oh, short notice is fine by me anytime, you know. No, I enjoyed that. I was actually just looking at the Italian lineup as well. There's another player now that I really do like, and that's Ravella. Like, I hope Milan take him off Juventus' hands from Monza. No, I really enjoyed it. Thanks for having me. It's always good to chat football in a like-minded way, you know, not like not trying to like soap for clicks and that's not my style. I just enjoy having fun chatting football. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome,
Jonathan. I mean, yeah.
But if it doesn't work out though, we'll take him back for half the price next season. You know.
Amen. Just like Scamacca with West Ham. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. And fantastic. Thanks for being support for chatters, and so thanks to the guys as well. And also, Reece, what you got coming up on your show, man?
Not a lot for me actually. I'm just a couple of bits of streams. I'm actually in London next weekend. I'm down in London next week, so that's going to be a blast. Just be chilling and that, kicking about. Do a couple of streams and all that on my channel, like, you know, just all gaming content. Might do a quiz or something this weekend. You know, just give myself something to do. But other than that, not a lot. And if anyone hasn't figured out yet, the Devil's Rising isn't just for United; it's also Milan, because obviously Il Diavolo.
Fantastic.
The Italian for the Devils as well. So like,
beautiful. And Italy, what you got coming up on your show? Any shows coming up, or have you
Yes. Let's see. So I have so let's talk sports. I always do soccer content with them, with the Italy national team and West Ham. I have a Red Sox, Boston Red Sox baseball channel. I do a lot
Who are you? Boston Red Sox.
Yeah. And then New York Jets. I always have content going on each week with that. Looking to do more. I do 9 to 15 shows a week, and that's me, Italy Jet.
Beautiful. Check it out on Italy Jets and channel as well. It's fantastic. And a few more comments. So thank you all you're watching. Thank you, Jez. Thank you, George. Thank you, Leslie, as well. And Louise, have you got any plans?
Nothing to report, but I did want to ask Italy. Obviously, Newcastle's just about to go to the States to play those matches. So if you hear anything, we'd love to hear what you're hearing over there about us.
Yeah.
Yes. I plan on going to something. I don't know yet, but yes, I do know they're coming, and I think it's gonna be good for them. I love when European clubs come to the States for those kind of tournaments and games. It's a really cool atmosphere.
Fantastic.
Enjoy
it, man. So guys, do follow Devils_RIS1NG,
and the only one.
And do follow Italy _ Jets as well. And he's got a cracking shows as well, all sports as well. And Louise Thompson as well. And do check out our article as well from NFTV. It is an absolute fantastic read. And if you like the channel, like I see, please sub to my channel, hit the like button as well. And also, Super Chat's still open. And if you leave a comment with a Super Chat, that'd be fantastic. And if you'd like to become a member, it's just 99p. I will be running a competition very, very soon. And that's going to be done for members only. And guys, I'll read you quickly backstage. But guys, thank you so much indeed. And breaking news at the minute, medical's taking place, and we'll get it soon. Soon as you know, or they know, we'll know. And are there links as well? Yes, there is. If you go on to, I'll go a bit more. You got Reece there, Devils_IS1NG, Italy_Jet, Louise, Free Thompson, and of course it's me. So, guys, thank you very much indeed, chats. Thanks so much indeed. And until then, have a fantastic Evo side of do. And as always,
away the lads.